Hey guys, Luther here from Luther's Woodworking. Today I want to talk a little bit about some keychains. I've been making a lot of keychains the last couple weeks, and one of them was Steve Good's dinosaur fobs. I don't know. I got a video on making these on my channel, so you can check that out. Pretty fun to make. I think there's like 6 or 7 designs of dinosaurs. Pretty simple. He also has some other keychains. Like here's one with the penny in it right here, which is fairly simple. But the main reason I wanted to do this video is because you can do other things with these keychains. Like for instance, this one with the penny right here. The penny actually takes a 3/4 inch Forstner bit to make that hole for the penny. I do have a little gauge here. Here's a bottle cap. That's 1 1/8 Forstner bit. Here's a shotgun shell, which takes 13/16 Forstner bit, and then the penny takes a 3/4 inch Forstner bit. But what I did was I was looking at Steve Good's penny one right here, and I thought, well, I could probably use the same one and put a shotgun shell stamp in it, and that'd make a neat little keychain. Now this one's got a star engraved in it. I do order a lot of my shotgun shells from a guy out in Texas. He's got a website that sells all these different kinds of rounds and shotgun shells and stuff like that. They all come nice and polished and buffed up. If you don't want to order them, if you know somebody that actually goes hunting or shoots trap or anything like that, you can get these empty shotgun shell cases like this here, and you can just take these stamps right off the end. You just got to put a little heat on them, and they pop right off the end. I've done that too. So I did make a few of these keychains using the shotgun shells. They look pretty cool. And then also I got thinking, well, what else can I put in a keychain other than the penny and the shotgun shell? Well, I took some dice that I had, and I actually cut the dice right in half, and I made a keychain with half the dice in there. Now you can put any number you want showing. Once you cut the keychain in half, you're going to have a number of choices for numbers, and this is just glued in. So that makes kind of a neat little keychain. You could put the 6 in there for a lucky 6 or a lucky 3 or whatever you want for somebody. So that's a kind of a cool idea for a keychain. As far as and then I got to thinking, well, I made this one here. This is the same size as the dinosaur fob one. This has got the bottle cap in there, and I thought, well, it's kind of a big keychain for a small little bottle cap. So today we're going to make a little different one using this bottle cap. I took his the one he used for a penny, and I just enlarged it's a little teardrop. I just enlarged it a little bit, made it a little bigger. That way I can make one with a bottle cap. That way if you know somebody that has a favorite soda or has a favorite beer or something, you can put a bottle cap in there. So we're going to make one of them today. It's pretty simple. But to get this pattern, all you have to do is just enlarge his one for the penny. And I got it to about 1/4 inch all the way around, so you got enough room to put that bottle cap in there. So, and then all these are made out of 1/2 inch material. So what I got here is a piece of 1/2 inch lumber here, and then I traced that pattern on here. And like on a lot of my videos, you'll know that I made a hard template pattern. So the next time I make this keychain, all I gotta do is lay it on here and trace it. So we're gonna cut that out, and then we'll come back, and then we'll talk a little bit more about these bottle caps as far as putting them in there and gluing them in. Because all these keychains that got stuff glued in, the pieces right here glued in, all I do is I use this medium super glue to glue all them in. I probably wouldn't suggest using wood glue. There's other glue out there, but the super glue seems to work pretty good for all these keychains that gluing that stuff in. So let's head over to the drill press, because the first thing you're going to want to do is to drill these holes for the bottle cap, and then the hole up here to put the key ring through, the split ring. And as far as the split ring goes, you can just go on Amazon and get all these different split rings. Here's a brass one, here's a silver one. You can get ones that look like gold, the gold color, any size. I usually get the 1 inch split rings, and they seem to work pretty good. Here's one with the gold split ring on. So let's head over to the drill press. We're going to drill this hole and this hole, and then we'll go to the scroll saw and cut this out. All right, so one thing you always want to do is drill these holes before you actually cut the keychain out, because you got a lot more to hang on to for doing that. So we'll just drill this first hole right here where you're going to put the split ring through, and that can either be an 1/8 inch or a small little drill bit. It doesn't matter what size it is, just so it's small enough so it looks nice. Alright, so we have that hole drilled there for the keychain to go through. Next, we're going to use 1 1/8 drill bit for the bottle cap. And I use the flat bottom Forstner bits. Now, for the bottle caps, you're only going to want to have to go down about 1/8 of an inch into this 1/2 inch piece to set the cap in. So you're just going to have to check it as you go, get it down to where you like it. If you're going to make a whole bunch of these like I do, once you get the depth set, you can already set your drill press, and you can do all of them at the same time. I'm just going to check that once and see how that looks. You can pop the bottle cap in there, and if you like that there, that's actually not too bad right there, and then that'll get glued in there. So if you're going to do more than these here, what you can do is actually get it to where you want it, set the depth, and then you can do them all at once. But I always drill these holes before you actually cut this whole keychain out. That way you got more to hang on to. So let's head over to the scroll saw and cut this out. All right, at the scroll saw here, now I'm just using a number 5 reverse tooth blade here. Only takes us 1/2 a minute to go around this keychain. All right, so there is the keychain right there. That didn't even take a minute, I don't think. So it's pretty simple to do. And now we're gonna, I'm gonna go and sand this and clean this all up. Hand sand it, Make sure where you start and stop the blade, get that all nice and smooth, and then we'll be back at the bench. All right, guys, we are back here at the bench. I got the keychain all sanded up. I went on my little 1-inch belt sander and went around it to clean up this edge really nice. And then I just took some hand sandpaper and went around it like this here. Just trying to soften up all the edges really nice. Looks pretty nice. Now, you could leave it plain like this, or you could paint it, you could stain it. Some of these other ones that I did, these are stained. I think this is made out of walnut right here, but I did put a stain on it. So you can do anything you want with them, really. But remember I said 1 1/8 hole here for the bottle cap. Now, when you look at bottle caps, and here I got a whole bunch of them, and I probably got about 10,000 bottle caps here at home. They all are pretty much the same size. Just by looking at them, you're going to say they're all the same size. I've made a lot of projects using bottle caps, and I come across where every once in a while a bottle cap will not fit in this size of hole. Now, the reason why I picked 1 1/8 is because 99.9% of all the bottle caps are going to fit in that hole really nice with basically no movement. It's going to fit really nice in that hole. But you're going to come across, depending on the type of bottle cap and the manufacturer, you're going to come across bottle caps like, here's one, Angry Orchard. Now, I personally don't drink. I don't know a lot about all these names, but there's sodas, there's beer, there's wine, there's wine coolers, things like that. But if you look, this Angry Orchard one does not fit in this hole. But don't grab a bigger drill bit. I always use an 1 1/8 drill bit for this for bottle caps. 99.9 of them are going to fit. The ones that don't fit, all you have to do, and I do have a video out there of some projects where it shows you how I get these to fit in there. And basically all it is I have a little 1-inch belt sander. Basically all you do is put this upside down and you spin this around and you just kind of sand these little points off just a little bit. Because the reason why it don't fit in there is the flange on this one is a lot smaller than the flange on this one when they make that little flange. And you can, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the difference in the bottle cap. So all you got to do is go on your belt sander and just kind of sand this edge up on these little flange right here. And then just keep on trying it, and it'll fit in there just perfect. But if you go to the next size drill bit, the hole's going to be too big. So stay with an 1 1/8 drill bit. And pretty much all of them will fit in there. Here's a Miller highlight. Fits in there really nice. I mean, here's a Cora's. Fits in there really nice. You just, every once in a while, you're going to get one that does not fit in there very good. And all you got to do is sand that, the crimp around the outside edge, sand that a little bit. So as far as putting them in there, we'll do a Bud Light one. All I use is a super glue medium to put it in there. All I do is just put a little super glue around the outside edge. And then I just set the bottle cap in there. And that will hold the bottle cap. Just let that dry. And that will hold in there. Because I've made a lot of projects with these. And you got a little keychain. Somebody might be a beer drinker or have a favorite soda or something like that. It'd make a nice little present for them, a gift. And then as far as the split ring goes, pretty simple to put on. You just got to split it right here. I use my fingernail to split that, run that through. And that'll go on there really nice. And you got yourself a keychain. So it's a pretty easy project, but you're not limited to the penny or the bottle cap. I mean, you can use bottle caps. I've used these shotgun shell stamps. I got some with dice in them. Here's some custom shotgun shell stamps that I ordered from that guy with the engraved star. So there's a lot of different things you can do with these keychains. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. I will be coming out with some more videos here shortly. But I just thought I would run by these keychains a little bit because you're not limited to what somebody puts out there for a PDF or a plan. You can customize it. You can do things a little different. So I ended up with several of these different keychains, just using the same pattern a little bit, and having a little fun with adding different things. So with that all said, we'll let you go, and we'll see you in the next video.